Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you had a good January, and today we have none other than the February Plan With Me setup. So, as you probably can tell from this little intro, this month's intro is going to be astrology. Many of you might not really know about this, but I have a very big passion about astrology and constellations and stuff. So I decided to have this month dedicated to that. So yeah, for the title page, I just use a very simple title font, and I used Amanda Rachel Lee's title page as a huge inspiration for this because I always love her title pages. They're just absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I decided to just around that draw a couple of some really pretty constellations. I got some reference pictures from Pinterest. If you want, I will leave links down there in the description. But yeah. I got a couple of different pictures on Pinterest of constellations and star-themed drawings, and just kind of went from there, really. And then, of course, this month's block color is going to be yellow, and I'm going to be using mainly my Tombow pen, my brush marker, in the color yellow that came in my pastel pack. I will leave the specific color and code down there in the description below. Don't worry, I just don't have it here with me now, so I can't let you know. Then on the second page, I decided to put in a little quote that I love from Theodore Roosevelt, which is, "Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground." And it's a very humbling little quote that I really enjoy because just kind of reminds me that, you know, it's okay to dream and to look and aim high, but it's always good to remember where you are and where you came from. For this little quote title bit, I'm using my Faber-Castell brush pen in B, in that bold, or maybe it's the SB. I think it might have been the SB one. Again, links for everything I use in these videos are in the description below. And here I'm just using the fine tip one. And then after this, it's time for my monthly spread, which is always quite fun to do. I decided to go for a more calligraphy type for the February title in the monthly spread, because I always think it looks really nice and neat if you do calligraphy on the monthly spread. I don't know, I just like doing it. And I'm using my Tombow Fudenoseki. I always butcher this name, but the link's in the description, you know what I'm talking about. And then again, I did my little boxes. I kind of explained in my January Plan With Me how I'm doing my boxes differently recently, so if you want to check that out in more detail, you can go watch that video. But I just kind of flew through them in this video because they're kind of boring to watch, I'll be very honest. For my days of the week, I decided to go for a little block colored black background and then write over them with my jelly white roll pen, which I think looks really nice. And then of course I added yet another quote into the top corner, which just kind of says, "Maybe I belong with the stars." Deep, right? Very deep. No idea what that's meant to mean, but I just liked the quote, so I just added it, whatever. Again, a lot of my quotes I get from my Pinterest, so you can just go check out my boards. I gain absolutely nothing from them, but it's where I get all of my inspiration from. So you guys can go check it out too, it might help you out. Then of course I just added my monthly goals, and I decided to bring back my YouTube video plan segment on my monthly spreads, because I just kind of started adding my YouTube ideas and stuff onto my monthly goals, and I kind of started running out of space for my actual goals. So I decided to spread it out again. And next up, y'all know it's the habit tracker and my mood tracker. I'll be very honest with you, I have been slacking on these a lot. I've been getting a bit better in January, but by the end of last year, I started slacking off so much. And I feel like I'm slacking off in the January one as well. I just keep forgetting to get on there, you know? And also it's been a pretty stressful month, so I just kind of forget about it completely. So hopefully in February, I'll pick it up again, and it'll help me organize my life a bit, I guess. As you saw, I kept it pretty simple, just kind of using the block color to add some little color to it. And then for my expenses tracker, again, I kept it really simple. I wanted to keep this monthly spread kind of simplistic and minimalistic, because that's kind of what I associate with stars. And yeah, in that little expense tracker coloring bit, I was using my Crayola Super Tips, just in case you're wondering. And then before I added my first half week spread, which I didn't film because it's kind of rushed and doesn't really matter, I added a little quote that I really love too. Look at the stars, look how they shine for you, which I think looks really, really cute as well. So then for my actually weekly spread that I did properly for you guys, I again did kind of the same spread that I always do, because it just works so well and I've never had an issue with it. I just kind of been changing up the style a little bit, especially for my weekly events. I've been loving doing this little Monday and then the number underneath kind of look. It just looks really nice and neat. And then I just add my days of the week on the left-hand side. And then, as usual, I've been adding these little separators, dividers, whatever you want to call them, in the same block color as the month, which I think looks really, really nice. And again, for the little top left corner that I always leave empty for a little inspirational image or just a cute little cat image, knowing me, I decided to actually go for a little doodle with a moon and some stars and a nice little constellation of the Ursa Minor. And then I just like decorating it to look a bit more scrapbooky. So I left a couple pages for the rest of my weeks, obviously, and I went straight up into my second a day spread, which is usually really boring and yeah. Now that you guys actually know what it is, if you haven't seen my second a day video for 2017, I'll leave the link in the description so you can go check out and see what it actually is. But yeah, since you guys know what it is now, I need to stop explaining. I just kind of write down the numbers of the month and that's it. And then I just added a very simple minimalistic notes page, and that was pretty much it for this spread, guys. I like keeping things pretty minimalistic in this theme, so it's pretty easy to do. Hopefully some of you might want to recreate some of these and you won't have much trouble with them. And then I kind of went back to this rushed half week spread and just added a little bit of a line shading on my days just to make it seem a little bit neat. So carrying on with the flip through, yeah, this is what it looks like in the end. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys like the designs. I hope you guys have a great February, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!